Hello there. And you might end up seeing Penny again. Here she is, at least the top of her head. It's a dreary day. I don't feel like doing much of anything except going to sleep. And so she decided she wanted to sleep in my lap. So here we are. Um, I hope everything's going well with you, even if it's dreary. You're probably running around like a crazy person if you not have everything done for the holidays. But hopefully it'll all get done sooner or later. But partially because of the holidays, I found a quote that I thought was appropriate for this time of year and even just about any time of year, really. But it seemed more appropriate right at this particular moment. So I just thought I'd share it with you. On this day, I want to write a letter to someone who misses me, encourage a youth who has lost faith, keep a promise, and forget a grudge. I did some research, but I have no idea who wrote that. I've got unknown on my card, and this came from I have no idea when, um, at least 20 years ago. But I look at it periodically and think about things, the people I've known and everything else like that. And I think that that's appropriate for this particular time of year as we get together with family and think of friends and people who were here last year and maybe not here this year. Yeah, not that anybody's going to write a letter these days, but maybe if you wrote a letter, it might actually surprise somebody. Who knows? I mean, I don't know that I've gotten a letter and I don't remember how long. But what would happen if you actually did write a letter to somebody? Um, I don't know if they know what to do with it. But anyway, I was just thinking that it was just the time of year to think in terms of the people we've known, haven't seen for a while, to, if you know any children or youth, as they say in this particular quote, whether that's your own children or somebody related to you or just somebody that you happen to know about, and maybe they've got something that they're worried about, because most youth, I think, do have issues that they don't know what to talk to their parents about because they're not quite sure, or they've got something going on. Who knows how you could be helpful to somebody? And definitely the issue of, ignoring a grudge and forgetting a grudge, because I think all of us, well, I mean, as far as I know, it's a very rare person who doesn't have a grudge of some sort against somebody. Now, there are some people who don't, but many people, maybe grudge is a strong word, but they kind of, wish somebody hadn't done something and maybe have some negative reactions towards somebody because of a particular behavior that might not necessarily be a grudge exactly, but it might not be something that's keeping them from being really, really happy and having a good relationship with that person. So I was just thinking I would share something along that line for this particular week and ask, do you have anybody that you know that you could cheer up or bolster or give them some faith? I mean, especially with youth, no matter how old you are, you're still going to find somebody who's younger than you are who could use some cheering up. You can find people who are older than you are and your own age who could use some cheering up. And no matter how much your life seems to be miserable at this moment, there's probably somebody else who's in a worse situation than you are, or I guess that's sort of like negotiable of how you want to call that, but somebody's got a situation going on that you would not want, whatever that may be. Now, when somebody else is looking at them, if I had like 3 people in front of me and everybody went and told me what was going on, who's going to quibble about whose situation is worse? But they're all going to look at each other and say, okay, I'll just take the issues that I've got because I don't want to bother with yours. There's I don't know where it came from. I've heard it a long time ago of a city in which, your community in which everybody, got together and they were complaining about their problems, and somebody came through, a wise man kind of thing, the story goes, and says, put all your troubles on a piece of paper and then hang them on the tree. And so everybody wrote their troubles down and hung them on the tree. And then he says, okay, now go read those troubles and you pick one that you would want instead of the one you've got. And everybody went and picked up a trouble, and invariably they took the one that they already had. Nobody wanted anybody else's troubles. You know what your troubles are. You don't want somebody else's because from your point of view, everybody else's troubles look worse than the ones you've got. Now, yes, a few of you have got troubles. You say, nobody wants mine. And that's kind of isn't what I just said. Nobody wants your troubles. But think about this fact that somebody else is having that same feeling, and maybe they could be cheered up a bit by something that you've been through that you could share that would help them and make their day better in this particular season better for them too. So I just thought I'd share a couple of ideas on that. Now, this is going to be a little short, but it was just sort of like, I hope it's actually cheering, even though it sounds sort of like it's not, but we can all cheer somebody else up. And I'd be more than willing to cheer somebody else up if you were willing to tell me what was going on. I could do what I could, but I think all the rest of us could too, couldn't we? at least at this time of year. So again, share this with somebody or share what you know about life and how you could cheer somebody up. You might be surprised. And again, think of somebody maybe that you could actually write a short letter to and really surprise the living daylights out of them. They wouldn't know what to do with it, I bet. And definitely would make it memorable. So anyway, I hope it's a good week for you as we go into, and I probably won't say anything next week because it will be Christmas next Monday. Not today, but next Monday, at least when I'm recording this anyway. So hopefully we will see you around and, the beginning of the new year or sometime in the future. You take care, and I hope this got you to think about something. So we'll say bye, and Penny's here. We'll say bye. Okay.